right, Shalom. I'm the brother Shalamar from the Great Millstone Atlanta Camp. Out here once again on the Saturday, prophesying the downfall of America, and holding camp. And also to teach all people, the Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, that they are the 12 tribes of Israel, to wake up to this truth and call on the names Yahweh, who the world calls God, and also Yahweh Shah, who the world calls Jesus. All right, but we're going to talk about America being conditioned for what's to come. All right, so when you go back to 2020, what happened? You had the C-19. All right, and what came after that? They tried to get into your minds, get into your heads, to pretty much trust in the government and how they're going to resolve this situation. So people are leaning on the government to resolve all types of situations that's going on, instead of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah, who's the Heavenly Father. All right, so now these people are conditioned to rely on the president, the government, the Congress, the House, the Senate, whatever, to pass certain laws to get things fixed in this place. But it's not going to happen. All right, so one thing now, when you go back, like I said, the C-19, what they do, they hit everybody with the juice. All right, they hit everybody with that juice, and it messed some people up. And now people are still conditioned to still continue to go get it. All right, so fast forward 2023, now you have the banks collapsing. All right, you have the banks falling down, you have the dollar collapsing, and you look at what happened just this past week, Russia and China. Russia is now using the Chinese money for making purchases and trades and all of that. They dropped the American dollar. But America's going to try and bounce back with this digital currency, which is going to be in the form of a chip. All right, so let me start off with 2 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 11. It says, "Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices." Why are we not ignorant? Because we're not relying on this government to save us. We're relying on the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. All right, we understand what these things that's about to happen. We understand what these implants that they're going to put in your hand or either in your head, that's going to be made for you to buy or sell. We know that that's what they're getting the people for, getting people ready for. All right, so real soon, the dollar is going to just completely collapse. All right, so when that happens, it's going to be hell of chaos. What are people going to do? They're going to rely on the government to help them out. They're going to go get that implant in their hand, where they're still going to be living poor and in poverty. You might be able to get a few meals or whatever, but it's going to be so messed up out here because everybody's not going to get this thing. The country is not going to continue to operate the way it should. All right, so this is Zephaniah chapter 1 and verse 10. It says, "And it shall come to pass in that day, said the Lord." As a matter of fact, let's go up just to get clarification. Zephaniah chapter 1 and verse 7. "Hold thy peace at the presence of the Lord Yahweh, for the day of the Lord is at hand, for the Lord had prepared a sacrifice, he had bid his guests." All right, so this is talking about the day of the Lord. So adding up to the day of the Lord, this is what's going to happen. Verse 10, "And it shall come to pass in that day, said the Lord Yahweh, that there shall be a noise of a cry from the fish gate, and a howling from the second, and a great crashing from the hills." All right, so we understand that the hills and mountains that the scriptures go into, those are actual governments and countries. All right, so there's going to be a great crashing. That great crashing is going to be here in America. All right, then you're going to take that implant. All right, so they're conditioning everybody and putting everything in place right now, so you get everything, that transition from the dollar to the digital currency and the implant will go smooth. And then those that's not going to take it, they're going to try and put you in concentration camps. They already got that set up. So what made me want to go into this, I was talking to a lady early this week. She was telling me that her granddaughter works at a high-end store, one of these big, huge grocery stores. She works up in their corporate. And right now they're designing a shopping cart where all you do is put the stuff in the cart and it automatically rings it up. And then when you walk out the store with your goods, then it charges your account. How does that shopping cart know that it's you? All right, it's going to be a digital identity that's going to be put in your hand. And I'm going to end off with that in Revelation 13. Now, when I first started talking, I was talking about the America being conditioned. So this is the condition. It says Revelation 13 and verse 16. And he calls us all. So this is the cause of everything that this devil is pushing. All right, started way back from, really this cause went way back, man. Probably the 80s and before that. You know, but now they know that Esau know his time is short, man. So he's trying to get everything in place where his kingdom will continue to go. But we know it's not going to go. It's going to completely be demolished. All right, and that's through the spirit and power of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. Revelation 13 and 16. And he calls all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead, and that no man might buy or sell save he had the mark or the name or the name of the beast or the number of his name. All right, and when you go into that word mark, it means charagma. All right, and charagma is pretty much a stamp. It's a stamp. So you're gonna be pretty much a servant to this beast system, which is the EU, with America being on top. But hey, like I said, none of that stuff is gonna happen, man. All of this is gonna fail. It's gonna crash. And the only way to survive and get out of this place is through Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. The salvation that the Lord is gonna bring on Israel. That's it. All right, it ain't no other way to get out of this situation. But just remember, I'm gonna go ahead and end the video. Just remember, when you start seeing these things come about, they're trying to get this digital currency in place this summer. When you start seeing these shopping carts, when you start saying there's no more, we don't take cash anymore, which we already seeing that. You can't go to Starbucks with $10 and buy a coffee. They're gonna say we don't take cash. In certain Walmarts, you can't go in and pay for a bag of grapes with a $20 bill. They're gonna say we don't accept cash. Why? Because they're conditioning you to receive this mark. And when you receive that mark, it's done. You're not gonna get saved. No salvation for you. So just remember, all these things that's coming to pass, that was already written, everything else that's written is gonna come to pass. And those that receive the mark will get destroyed. All right? So just to, go into what's about to happen. We are prophets, so we are to prophesy, which means to say before things happen. We're telling you what's about to happen. Thus said the Bible, thus said Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. All right? So look out for those implants. Look out for this digital currency that's about to come in place. And hey, that's going to be the end of what you call America, which is Babylon the Great. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and end it by giving all praise and glory to Yahweh, B'Hashem Yahushua, B'Hashem Rakakudash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, a great millstone that taught us the truth. Shalom to the elect and Abad Babal.